Oh my gosh, this is a fantastic comic book. I cannot wait to read number 2. It is the mighty first issue, October 1998, of Avengers A Next. It's the next generation of Avengers. We have a smithering gnome on the front. There was one more inside. I don't know why she was not on the front. We have Stinger, Speedball. Stinger is exactly who you think she is. She's from that very recent movie of Ant-Man and Wasp. She is Casey Lang. Jubilee is, of course, an older version of Jubilee that we liked back in the 90s. This is definitely not Cain Marco. It's his son, Zane Marco. So he has the powers, which I don't know how yet, but we're going to find that out, I guess, in his own comic book, number 1. We'll talk more about that later. We have this guy who I still don't know who he is, but I'm having a speculation that he is actually the real Tony Stark, or maybe just a computer-generated version of him, like an AI. I don't know yet. He's obviously sounding old because one of Jubilee called him Pops in part of this. We also have Thunderstrike, which is basically, this is his origin story, to be honest with you. In the very beginning, we start off with action. I really like how it has like a border around it. It reminds me of old Justice League comic books. Sorry that the birds are screaming nonstop. They are in a party time talking about how cold it's going to be tomorrow. But they're yelling back and forth at each other. It's going to be cold tomorrow. It's going to be cold tomorrow. Anyway. So we have Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman, oh no, it's not them, but it does give me that vibe and I really like that. Starts off with, of course, action, adventure, all kinds of crazy things going on. And then of course he has this little flashback and that's where we go back. It always starts off like this in comic books. You start off with the action, then you go back like 30 minutes before this. And here's what we got. So this guy and this guy are the exact same person. This is Thunderstrike's son, who will now become Thunderstrike. Oh, spoiler alert. But hey, this is his son, Kevin, and Kevin has absolutely no powers, but on this fine day when he turns 18, he is getting the Thunder Mace, or whatever you want to call it, Thunderstrike's mace, and it has absolutely no power, so it's just more like an heirloom. But to these guys, it's more than an heirloom because they came to take it away from him, and he first thinks, well, gosh, New York is dangerous, so these aren't guys, they're yellow. Yeah, well, anyway, he gets away from them. And while he's getting away from them, the Avengers are called. The computer downstairs activates the Avengers. Assemble. I guess Jubilee was an Avenger at some point. Jolt, I have no idea who she is. She dropped her kids off at school and struck into action. Stinger this is Scott Lang right here. And this is Casey Lang. And they're having their conversation when she gets called into action. And he's still running. And then we got, which he looks completely different in this picture than he does in the little preview. So I don't know what's going on with that. But when he concentrates, he's like, thunder, 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 cats. Oh, wait. He just has to concentrate to become J2, the Juggernaut's son. Also, we have this guy right here. What was his name? Speedball. That's right. He gets kinetic energy. And right whenever Kevin's thinking, oh, what can happen? I mean, nobody can save me. Boom, in comes Mainframe. So we got all the people of the team for this particular comic book here together. While they are fighting, suddenly these big old green eyes teleport them to Asgard. Who is it? Of course, it is Loki. Loki is a liar, and we know that. He is doing a performance to make this mace, something to do with the energies, that it may not have it, but it can pull forth the energies from Asgard, blah, 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 magic spell, magic, whatever. He's like, well, I can use my technology to release this, but I need a distraction. Kevin's like, well, I got a distraction. He's going to run and catch that mace in midair because we're crazy. I mean, I would be jumping after something inside of a green flame like that. He grabs it. There's an explosion. And guess what? It paid off. He is now the new Thunderstrike. And he has got some power. It's somehow or another the power being pulled out and the mace fused into him. And now he is that. He also grew hair. So he went from having short hair to long hair. Oh, well. Okay. It was the 90s, and of course ponytails were the hip thing. So they're like, wow, dude, you buffed up. So they're fighting, and there's a lot of really humorous parts in it, to be honest with you. It's such a clever writing. Fun. I'm looking forward to reading number 2, and I'm just not even finished with number 1. I'm just so excited about all this. While they're fighting, he's like, oh, we're on Asgard. Wait a minute. And he sends up a signal flare. Well, they thought they were going to lose because they were being outnumbered. His son, Kevin Masterson, aka Thunderstrike, sends up a flare, and he's like, oh no, let's flee. They're like, why did they flee? Well, we're on Asgard, so guess who's going to show up? That's right, Thor. It was him at first, and he's like, Eric. Nope, his son. Something. We're missing some part here, which they tell you. Maybe we'll tell you about that story some other time if you ask real nice. So anyway, somewhere between here and here, there's something happened. We don't know what it is, but that's part of the suspension of our beliefs. Well, they're back, and he's like, well, maybe it's time that we have a team of superheroes on Earth again, because evidently there's no superheroes on Earth for whatever reason. And she's like, I know where this is going. I got too many things to do. She's leading the X-people instead of X-men, the X-people. He's like, nah, I'm too old for this. Adios. And it's like, well, what about the rest of you guys? He's like, this is cool. I'm in. She's like, me too. And of course, you guys saved my life, so I'm definitely in. So we got our new team, which is only so far actually just 4 people. So this is the 4 core that make up this team. There are other comic books from this era. I've got to make sure I get all of them. They may be in my storage. I don't know. I know I had Fantastic Five at one time. I don't know if I still do, but there's other ones I didn't know about. Like Spider-Girl was from this era. They also give you a preview for J2, which he looks completely different here, which I'm like, well, did the artists not talk to each other? He had a much darker hair and looked more Asian than the other one because his mom is Asian. So anyway, it gives you a little preview about his life, and it leads up to where he gets pulled into a locker room. I'm pretty sure this is where he's going to Hulk out, but we won't know until we read J2 number 1. Yeah, I got that right. So in this new MC2 universe, is the next generation, the Marvel is here. We got Spider-Girl number 1. You got to pick that one up. J2, which comes out in 3 weeks, so I have to wait for 3 weeks to read that one. We got A-Next number 1, and we got Spider-Man. Wait, huh? I'm a little confused. It also says something about Fantastic 5, and I don't know, I think it was Spider-Woman was the other thing, Spider-Girl, whatever. So I am totally sold on this comic book. It is a fantastic comic book. If you have a comic book store nearby, check out the Dollar Bin, because that's probably where you're going to find this, because people just don't give enough credit to the 90s. I'm telling you, I'd rather read this all day long than this modern crap. I just got finished reading this before that, and I'm telling you, blah, this is 2013. This is better. Now, I'm not just saying that because I'm a snob. I'm just saying this I couldn't relate to. Maybe it's because I'm old. This, it's like bringing up my 90s again, and I wasn't even, I guess like Marco is in high school or whatever, and Eric is college. Not Eric, his son is in college. He's probably either an AI or he is Iron Man. We don't know yet. That's why I'm excited about reading number 2. He's old. Yeah, so it's a diverse group of people here. But this was the exciting time of the 90s, and this was epic. Very good. The art was fantastic in it, I do believe. I was going to show off some pieces of art that I thought were good, but you probably saw. I mean, the inside art and the outside art match. Although, like I said, the back story is by a different artist, I'm guessing, because this is Friends. Let's see real quick. I do want to find out what that is, because I was like, and this is not the same artist, or he does not know what color hair the guy's got. All right, so it's a totally different penciler. It's Ron Lim. I'm not saying it's bad. It's actually good, but it just doesn't look like the same guy at all. But we only got him for, what, 1 picture? So, time will tell, So, different artist, same writer, though, Tom DeFalco. If you've read this before, comment below and let me know what you thought of the entire series. I think there's only like 12 issues. If you haven't read it before, comment below and let me know why. Have a great day, and Avengers, assemble and form a giant robot.